Hi everyone, welcome back. Yet again, we're still in Module 2. We are in Topic 2, Lesson 3. We're on Activity 2, and this one is on page 287 is where we are beginning. Determining the whole with a double number line. So we're going to circle back to double number lines. We did those previously. Carla is in charge of designing a way to keep a running total of money raised by her homeroom for the food bank project. As of today, her homeroom has raised $240, which is 60% of their goal. So it says Carla decided to use a double number line to record the money raised and the percent of the goal raised. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. Okay, so we have the percent raised at the top, and the money raised and the percent of the goal at the bottom. So it says that $240 was 60%. So here at the 60%, she put $240. The top number represents the amount of money, the bottom line, the percent of the homeroom goal. How did Carla determine the value that corresponds to 10? So how did she get 40 here? Because that originally wasn't written here. So we know this number line here is broken up into 10 equal parts. So between 0 and 240, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you do 240 divide by 6, that will give you 40. So she knows she needs to count up by 40. If that's not something you quite remember how to get, I can show you here. Let's turn this off, I guess. And focus. 240 divided by 6 is 40. Okay, if $240 is 60% of the homeroom goal, what is 100%? So we're just going to count up by 40s then. So 80, 120, 160, 200, 240, 280. And we really would have only had to start here and go up by 40s. I just wanted you to see the whole thing filled out. 320, 360, and yes, you do need to write small here. And then finally 400. So $400, it then says explain how you determined your answer. So the answer is $400. So first, we can just say we determined the interval on the money raised. Let's zoom out here. On the money raised number line, which was the 240 divided by 6, which equals 40. Then we labeled the number line and then we read it from there. So we can take this value here at 10% and multiply it by 10. It's another thing we could have done. Let's put a little star here. So multiply the value at 10% by 10. This value at 10%, which is the 40. So it's 40 by 10. If we do 10 times 10, it takes us to the 100, right? So a times 10. So here it would be a times 10 and gets us to the 400. Which way of reporting is more informative, the amount of money raised or the percent of the money raised? So is there more information given if Carla said, hey, we raised 60% of our goal, or if she says we raised $240? So if I just said she raised $240, would we know what her goal is? No, not necessarily. Not if she didn't tell us ahead of time. If she told us we raised 60%, this one, it kind of depends on the way you look at it. We're going to say the percent of money raised is more informative because it tells you how close you are to your goal. Regardless of what the goal is. Okay, pause if you need to. I'm going to continue on. Okay, so this next page is the rest of the homerooms, and they all have their own double number line. So it says complete each double number line to represent the goals of the other 6th grade homerooms using the information from the table. Write the equivalent dollar amount for each percent. So 6A was on the other side. So homeroom 6B. We're told 60% is 144. So right here at 60%, we're going to put 144. Now we need to figure out what the interval is. So between 0, right? If they raise 0%, it's $0, correct? We can put a 0 in the first one of each of these. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 144 divided by 6 gives us an interval of, so 144 divided by 6 gives us an interval of 24. So it's counting up by 24s. So if that's 24, how do I go from 10 to 100? It's a times 10. So 24 times 10 will get us 240. So I will show you that you could fill this out along the way here. We could fill out each of these. Actually, I want to use this. Nope. Where is the point one? So we could count up by 24s. 24, 48, 72, 96 plus 24 is 120. 144 plus 24 is 168, plus another 24 is 192, plus another 24 is 216, plus another 24 is 240. We don't necessarily have to do that because we know we're going from the 10% amount all the way up to the 100, so we're doing a times 10 and a times 10. Okay, homeroom 6C. They are giving us the 100%. So they're telling us that the 100% is 360. And now we need to figure out what they're at here at 60%. So between 0 and 360, we know there's 10 intervals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 360 divided by 10 is 36. So this is counting up by 36. We're interested in the 60% mark, so we want to go to here. So how do you go from 10 to 60? We do a times 6. So here we can do a times 6. So 36 times 6, I'm going to put that right here, 36 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36, carry a 3. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 3 is 21. So that should be 216 right here. Again, I'll show you just counting up. So 36 plus 36 is 72. 72 plus 36 is 108. Plus 36 is 144. Plus another 36 is 180. And then 36 gets you to 216. I'll just fill out the rest of it. 252, 288, and 324. We do not need these other numbers that are in the purple. We really just need where the arrows are. Okay, so 216. Homeroom 6D, they're giving us the 60% is 288. So between 0 and the 60%, we have 6 intervals. So 288 divided by 6. So 288, I'm going to show you the traditional division instead of pulling out the calculator. So how many 6's come out of 28? It's going to be 4. 6 times 4 is 24. Subtract, I get 28 minus 24 is 4. Bring down the 8. 6 times 8 gives me 48. So this one is counting up by 48s. So I'm going to put a 48 here. So again, we're going from 10 to 100 by times 10. So 48 times 10 gives us 480. Okay, and homeroom 6E, they're telling us the 100% is 120. So it is counting up by 120 divided by 10. Dividing by 10, you just move the decimal 1 to the left. So we're going up by 12s. And remember, we're interested in this 60% mark. So how do you go from 10 to 60? It's 8 times 6. So 12 times 6 gives us 72. Okay, so you might need to pause to finish filling that out. If you have any questions, please be sure to ask.